This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Yo, what's going on, great friends? It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. It's Monday afternoon. We're just getting on. I'm telling you right now, before the light goes red that says on air, there's already commotion going on this show before we even get on the air. And Browner's already telling me, I got something for y'all mother effers today. What you got? What's up? Why are you going to start with us right away Monday afternoon? First thing.
First, no. Don't do that. Don't come over here like y'all didn't start with me first, okay? Y'all started with me. I came in here. I was ready to work. I was on time. I was here when y'all got here. It was one of those days. I beat y'all to the punch.
Well,
and so here I am here.
Yeah.
My little wire get unplugged as
right.
I'm trying to adjust things as the show is beginning to start. And then I start to get this huff from you two about being an amateur and not being ready. Let me tell y'all something about today, okay?
Okay.
June 19th.
Mm-hmm.
To those of us also in this community known as Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Juneteenth to all my Americans,
Mm-hmm.
all colors and creeds. For those of you who don't know, June 19th is the day that the last indentured slaves in Galveston, Texas, got word that they're no longer slaves. They had been freed. And so on that day, we now celebrate it. It's a holiday across America. If you work in certain industries, you are at home listening to this show in honor of that day. And the thing I come into this show with is harassment. Woo, boy,
Yeah.
I tell you. I tell you, man.
I know. On Juneteenth of all days.
Do better.
Do better is right.
Do
Hey,
better.
Galveston, Texas. I do wonder, you said Galveston, so that's not too far from Houston, Texas. You ever see that story on ESPN where LaDainian Tomlinson goes back to his roots and he talks about how this is where I'm from and this is where the Tomlinson name, these guys were slaves way back when. Have you guys ever seen that piece?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, Brown, you should check it out.
I will.
You should check that out. And the only reason I asked is because you said Galveston, and I don't remember exactly where LaDainian's from in Texas, but I remember seeing that piece. I was going to ask you about Juneteenth. I didn't know you were going to get me there right away, but it's one of those things every year where we come on this day and you kind of talk about it. And I'll just say to everybody out there who's listening, who doesn't understand today, when you went to CNBC and there's no stock market open today, or if today is a national holiday.
Banks are closed.
Right.
Yep.
Everything's closed. I mean, this is like a national holiday.
So
a lot of people don't even know what it is.
Right. So at what point as a show do we start observing national holidays?
You know what?
Because we have this
TBH?
conversation. I think this is the third year now that we've had
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's only been since 2020 that it became a federal holiday or a government holiday, whatever it's called. So, and we have this conversation every year. And Browner, Iron Man, he's like, nah, I want to work.
Well, I mean, listen.
So we work out of respect, Browner.
I will tell you this.
Let me hear what you got.
Me, I go to work. I go to work in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. I go to work in honor of the people who were forced to go to work because I go to work by choice. And what I try to do on these days is represent those people who gave that ultimate sacrifice, and like Martin Luther King, since who basically lost his life for people to get along. And so I try to go to work and be a positive demonstration of what he would have wanted this country to be. On Juneteenth, I do the same thing. I go to work. I try to represent my community as best I possibly can in hopes that other people are doing the same. I appreciate the day off 100%. I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon that this country is beginning to recognize the struggles and the achievements of Black people in this country on a national basis. I think that's a good thing. I think it's healthy. I think we need more open conversation about that so that we can all know where how we all got to this point today. We all started on the road somewhere, and we all landed in the same town. But we got to know where we came from so we can continue to heal, discuss, and move forward on better ground and better footing than we have now. And that's what it's all about to me.
Amen to that. Hey, listen, Alex, your question, though, that got us started was, at what point, though, do we as a show start to acknowledge Juneteenth and start taking it off? Like, for example, we're going to take off 4th of July. It's a Tuesday.
And we're taking the day before off, too.
Yeah, right. So why do we do that? Because it's, it's something that's been ingrained in our minds our whole lives. 4th of July is a holiday. Mm-hmm. So because it falls on a Tuesday, people are going to take long weekends. They're going to take off Monday and Tuesday. I don't even feel like going back on Wednesday, considering what's going to happen on Tuesday.
My wife was talking about that. She was like, don't you think it's BS that we have to go back to work on the 5th? And I was like, she's like, aren't people going to be like hungover from their barbecues and fireworks shows? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that is America. Yeah. Hangover is America.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we take off like Memorial Day, beginning of the summer. Labor Day. I think of Labor Day and I'm like, okay, well, I'm planning around Labor Day because the week before I got some time and then I got that day off. And so as far as your question about when do we start taking Juneteenth off, Brown, we should start taking it off unless you say no, we got to stay on. We got to be respectful on this day.
Me personally, I prefer to work on the day as a show of respect, as a sign of honor. But I would totally get it if we had a blackout day on that show and it was just me.
Well, this is actually somewhat funny.
Return of Browner's podcast.
I talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and she told me that she has off today for Juneteenth, and she's Caucasian. And I said, okay, well, that's nice. She said, well, our whole company has the day off. I said, well, that's really wonderful. She said, I think that's great. The whole company is observing Juneteenth. I said, that's great. I said, I'm curious, how many people work for the company? 500 people. Wow, 500. This is here in San Diego, sort of a tech kind of company, software. How many black people work there? Just curious, out of curiosity. Not that it matters in terms of just shutting the company down. It doesn't really matter. But I just thought it was an interesting question. Take a guess.
Handful.
Give me a number. 500 people work there.
Four.
Alex?
The way you're asking it, I want to say 0.
Well, you said 0. Browner said 4. You know what? It's directly in the middle. 2.
Oh.
Damn.
2. Can you imagine that? Like, so she told me this story. She's like, yeah, we have tomorrow off. I'm like, that's wonderful that, you're observing that. I think the CEO is an Indian gentleman. And he's like, hey, we're taking Juneteenth off. We're taking it off, And so anyway, it was a very cute story, though. I was like, oh, gosh, that's really respectful. I mean, gosh, I figure 500 people, even if it was just, 5%, that'd be 25 people. Hey, that's very respectful of these 25 people. 4, 2.
Damn.
I know.
Also, I attended a Juneteenth celebration in Liberty Station this weekend as well. So,
really?
Things we did this weekend. Yeah, man.
Nice.
I was shocked to find that they were the Black Panthers were there, not from the Marvel movies, the actual Black Panthers.
Really?
From Carolina?
The San Diego chapter. No.
Oh.
The San Diego chapter of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense.
Yeah, so that's joining?
Joining what?
The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense of San Diego.
No. They were no.
You tell them that you got the pow pow. You tell them you got the mink, the 2-piece and the biscuit. I mean, you tell them about that in your game?
No, I that particular group that was there, I don't believe in the foundation of what they do. Okay. So I respectfully pass.
All right.
Well, since Browner wants to work on Juneteenth, can I give us another holiday that we don't observe here, and then maybe we can start?
Yeah, is there like a Julio Cesar Chavez Day you'd like to celebrate?
March 31st every year.
Okay, you want that off?
The homie Barack Obama made it a holiday, so I think we should observe that day every year.
Okay.
There you go.
And you know why? It's because he fought for migrant and farm workers to have more livable wages and better working conditions. And I think that a better working condition is a holiday off.
Yeah, I know you do. I mean, think about that. You actually want Juneteenth off. Freaking Browner wants to work on Juneteenth to honor his ancestors.
And also, there's like a very large gap from New Year's Eve to Memorial Day for federal holidays. Like that's And then once we get past Memorial Day, it's like Memorial Day, 4th of July, Juneteenth.
A lot
Labor
after
Day,
that.
Boom, boom, boom. The Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Yeah.
right? I think the first half of the year, we really need to throw in a little Cesar Chavez off day.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, going forward, my new commitment is we take off all national holidays that are related to the people on this show and the people that we get to talk to every day and we get to interact with. And,
so like the holiday that you have to fast for 24 hours, sundown to sunrise or whatever.
Yom Kippur.
I think
sundown to sunrise.
I think as a unity symbol, I think me and Browner should fast with you, and we should not work that day.
Totally agree. You got on Yom Kippur, you should not work, and you should absolutely 100% fast, and you should repent for your sins that day.
Yeah, we should fast the Kaplan way too.
Right.
2 out of 3 for me.
Okay, which parts?
2 out of 3.
Which parts? You'll fast?
I'll take the day off.
Okay.
I won't eat.
Okay, but
I ain't repenting for nothing.
Well, you probably don't have any sins.
There we go.
Bullseye. Right, very nice. There you go. Well, hey, look, it's Monday afternoon. I'll get us started by asking this question.
So you never learn things on this show.
Yeah, how about that?
This first 11 minutes of the show could have been on PBS.
Right.
Hey, sorry, bro. We'll get to sports. I promise you.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. Over the course of the weekend, what's your top sports weekend takeaway? It's Monday afternoon. This is your first thought. Go ahead, Brown.
Tatis, welcome back to your top purchase, #1 player in Major League Baseball. Welcome back. You were missed
in all of baseball, but
I'm sorry. You asked me. Yeah. I'm telling you.
I'm giving you some commentary along the way.
You were missed this weekend. This weekend, my man put a stamp on that thing against the #1 team in baseball. He was the difference. All weekend, he was the difference. He was the reason they won. The 2 games, the 2 out of 3 they won. He's the reason that they won. And we left the show on Friday giving our opinions on what did we think they would do against them. I thought they would win the series 2 out of 3. I didn't know how. I didn't see it rolling out the way that it did. But the way that they did it actually was more impressive to me, that they were able to manufacture runs in a time where they can't get anybody in from second base until Sunday. So I was massively impressed by the team overall, pitching, hitting, defense, but I was far more impressed with the level of impact in critical moments that Fernando Tatis Jr. had on that field. The #1, your boy's back, dog.
Yeah. I mean, 2 plays in particular in the last week really stand out. I mean, they're both throws. I mean, you can look at his hitting, you can look at his base running, you can look at all the disruption that he creates, et cetera. But like 2 plays, the play late last week where he decided he was going to throw to second, but then he juked and he threw to first and he got the runner out. And then what he did yesterday, the throw from right field. By the way, Manny Margot, Alex, we always talk about former Padres that come back to haunt the Padres. Manny Margot is steaming towards home, and Tatis makes this spectacular, athletic, perfectly timed and placed throw. And truth be told, Austin Nola, I know we give him a lot of grief because Mofo can't hit, but that was a beautiful play because he had to get that ball and he had to get it down. And moreover, he had to block the plate with his foot. So, I mean, it was a great play by Tatis, and it's all anybody's talking about. But I promise you this, Austin Nola, for as much crap as we all give him, that was a spectacular play by him too. All
Absolutely.
All right, so
on the ground into right field, a base hit. Brujan will be sent around. Here's the throw from Fernando. He will be out.
99. Here you ready to go, nerd? 99.5 miles per hour throw. The second fastest outfield this year.
Second fast. Anyway,
well, he also has the third.
What was most impressive to me?
Why is Brown mad about that?
I know he's
helping his case.
Pissed. I know.
One of the things that we keep saying on this show is they find ways to lose close games. That right there was one of those games where if they tie that game up, they're probably going to lose. That run, that play won the game. It literally won the game. It broke one of the cycles that they are continuously wrapped in when they've been losing games this season. Once the bullpen comes in, you start giving up a couple runs, they get down, and then it just kind of gets away from them. He stopped that single-handedly.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play. It was a beautiful play. And listen, we all marveled last
99
week.
miles an hour, apparently.
Which, by the way, hey, Browner,
Thanks, nerds.
if it was 98.8 miles per hour, guess what?
What?
Runner's safe.
What are you doing?
I'm telling you that's an interesting piece of information.
You had to chuck that thing.
I wouldn't have known that he threw the ball 99 miles an hour.
I also love that you're like, if you're going to build the case for Tatis, obviously the throw saved the game at the time, but they won by 1 run. Do you remember the 1 run he scored when Matt Williams was telling him, don't go, don't go. And he's like, I'm going.
Yeah. I'm out of here. Thanks for nothing, Matt.
Yeah.
Again, I text you guys and said Tatis is amazing. He's out of this world.
Yeah,
because it's true. Like that play alone is what they were missing in to start the season. His ability to just create something, cause chaos on the base pass. Because baseball players, they're so traditional, they don't see that a lot. So when something goes wrong and then he starts moving, everybody gets sped up a little bit, and that little bit that you get sped up, you throw the ball a little harder. So the guy's not usually catching it, so now he's got to dive. And then there's a domino effect. And this guy is doing this at the major league level against the best team in baseball. And so I just, this weekend was unbelievable.
What I find encouraging too was the game on Saturday, which I was at. I broke my thing.
I know you did. I saw that. And by the way, Alex sends us his picture, and he's behind home plate, but he's in like the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And
home plate.
And I kind of was teasing him like, yo, man, because you're behind home plate, we're going to see you on TV. I mean, dude, you were that. I don't even know if I could be up there.
Oh, we left those seats
because it was it looked so high. And like, I've sat in the highest last seat in left field, the highest furthest seat in left field. And it was like, oh, it's not comfortable up here.
Yeah. I was there for like 2 innings. And the sun just wouldn't go down. And I was like, you know what? We should probably just go find some shade. It wasn't hot. It was actually kind of pleasant, but I don't need any more tan. So we ended up finding a bar and watching it from a nice perched view right next to my boy, Randy Arozarena. I had to go check him out in person. That dude is hilarious. But what I find encouraging about this weekend is the ability to manufacture runs. We've talked about how terrible they are with runners in scoring position, but both the runs on Saturday, it was small ball. It was like bunt, bunt, bunt.
Well, that was crazy, by the way, to have 3 guys bunt. And it started with Hassan Kim, who put one down the line, like down the third base line. Then who came up after him that actually popped up a bunt. Yes, it was Grisham. Grisham popped a bunt over the pitcher, but in front of the shortstop on the grass. I mean, you never see that.
No.
Ever. And then Tatis comes up. And he bunts, and he moves the runners from first and second to second and third, although he's out at first. And I thought, why the hell did he bunt?
Yeah, I think he was trying to surprise everybody because I think everybody was surprised that he bunted. I doubt it was. I doubt it was called a bunt. But hey, you got him over. Soto sac fly, Machado infield single. Boom, 2 runs.
Infield single. Is that what they ruled that?
Yes.
They didn't rule that an error?
Little hometown cooking right there.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it was a bobble. It was a bobble, but you put a guy in position to make a play. He didn't make the play. It's not your fault. It's not his fault. It's just, that's how the game rolls out. So
I just was surprised. I didn't know that was listed as a hit. I would have thought that was an error.
And then yesterday, obviously, you saw the 2 runs that just scored with the Tatis, like just manufacturing runs. Machado hits a sac fly in the same inning. Just this when your guys are not hitting homers and they're not hitting doubles, and it doesn't always have to be that way. Look at the way the Rays scored their runs yesterday. It was just like the only hits they got off Musgrove were like little tiny singles. Boom, single, boom, single, boom, single. It doesn't always have to be your home run. It doesn't always have to be an extra base hit. Just get runs in.
Though, as the weekend is going on and the Padres do take 2 out of 3 against Tampa Bay, and they are the best team in baseball, Browner, to your point. I keep my eye on the Dodgers also for obvious reasons. And I'm not sure it's the right move. Like, I think I got to start paying more attention to Arizona because the Dodgers are falling apart. Now, we talk about ebbs and flows and long season and highs and lows and everything else. Dude, Dodgers are falling apart. They had a kid start a game on Friday night who's a rookie pitcher, came up from Double-A, went no hitter through like 6, and then the bullpen came in and blew it up. Then the next night, Dodgers at home against the Giants, who the Padres play next. Next game, 15-0. Dodgers get beat at home. Yeah. People are booing. And then they get swept yesterday. They're a mess. and they're coming back to earth. And wait a second, the Giants are better than I thought.
And the Dodgers are in third.
Yeah,
they're
right
not even
ahead of the
second
Padres
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the difference, I think, when you talk to Dodger fans and you talk to me and Browner type of Padre fans, is we knew the Padres would be better. We knew they wouldn't be as terrible as they started the season because they had the guys on the team already. Whereas the Dodgers, they don't have the guys in the bullpen and they don't have healthy pitchers. And I don't know if Dustin May will be healthy this year. Urias will be back, yes. But that bullpen, they need to add things to that team to be better.
The guy who gave up the game-winning hit last year in the playoffs to Cronenworth,
Vesia?
What's his name?
Alex Vesia.
He's the guy that got destroyed the other night. He's the guy that came in after the no-hitter was, like I said, through 6 with this young kid, and he's the guy that blew the game up. Same guy. All right, stick around. We're just getting rolling. It's Monday afternoon. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And if you're looking for a great place to go to play cards and have great food, 7 Mile Casino is the place because Sammy's Restaurant and Bar is in there. They're the best brunch in South County, and their chef was just named Chef of the Year. Stick around. We're just getting rolling. You want to know about the Father's Day Garage? I'll tell you next.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
There's far too many people suffering on the streets, and so we're about helping people find that bright and immediate and safe and healthy pathway off the streets. Our mission is to alleviate the suffering of homelessness throughout San Diego County. We raise money to fund, activate, or lead high-impact homelessness programs, and there's close to 20 different employment and job training programs that we've funded. In 2023, addressing and reducing youth homelessness is one of our primary focus areas. And so we work with Urban Street Angels on a number of strategies and programs. We work with the Youth Assistance Coalition because they're organizations that make impact. We're never going to solve it, but we can meaningfully reduce it and help a heck of a lot of people by raising money to fund and activate a multitude of programs that are tangible and can be quantified and meant to alleviate suffering now, while simultaneously pushing on government to help accelerate their efforts.
Cox Communications and the San Diego County Office of Education salute the 2023 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. Cox presents Salute to Teachers. Be inspired by their stories and celebrate their accomplishments in a 30-minute education special. Watch Cox presents Salute to Teachers only on YurView.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Here at our New Teeth Now Center in San Diego, we specialize in reconstruction and giving patients back their teeth in the same day. We have a center where not only you have oral surgeons trained in surgery doing your procedure, but at the same time we have trained lab technicians in-house. We have general anesthesiologists to help you with your anesthesia. And we're able to bring everything in-house to recreate patients' smiles. Our specialty really is zygomatic implants. This procedure allows us to really deliver teeth to patients who otherwise have been told they would never receive teeth in their life.
Thanks to New Teeth Now, I love my smile. I don't even feel really different. The proof is right here.
For our patients who have been apprehensive about coming back into dentistry, we want to tell you that we are the premier center to take care of you here. We want to make sure that we are well taken care of from the first minute you call us to the minute you come and meet us for a consultation.
I can smile, I can laugh. It's brought me back, and I'm so thankful for that.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
This is the Rugby Odds, where an unlikely punted panel of a wordsmith, a WWE legend, a rugby star, and a supermodel scour the globe, seeking best bets and bad behavior. Are you not entertained?
My favorite thing about teaching would be just seeing the growth and the potential of the kids and just kind of letting them explore creative thinking, creative thought, and creative projects.
Me and my dad went to Patrick Henry High School, and we have other team members who also went to Patrick Henry, and their kids went to Patrick Henry.
Rachel was one of my students, and during my graphic design class, she actually developed a redesign of the Murray Lampert logo, which is how I learned about Murray Lampert. Early on, she showed a lot of just kind of a awareness of design.
We've been very active in this, especially the San Diego Unified School District. I was on one of the boards for a few years. We've participated in middle school in Patrick Henry. A few years ago, we donated the baseball scoreboard, which felt really good because that's where my son played baseball. When the engineering department needed support, we donated for models for the kids in architecture class to build actual framed models.
Murray Lampert donated a big marquee, digital marquee, and every morning I see that on my way into the classrooms. It's extremely important for communities and companies to invest in the students. When they do, bad behavior goes down, student achievement goes up. When companies give back to the students just, they feel a part of something bigger. They feel part of a community. They feel like somebody has invested in them.
Teachers are very important, and it's important that they get what they need in their classrooms, and we've really been part of that. We're really looking forward to being involved with the Salute to Teachers that's coming this year, and we hope to make that an annual event.
The philosophy of integrity here at Murray Lampert is always doing the right thing, even when someone isn't looking.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build the castle.
Here at our New Teeth Now Center in San Diego, we specialize in reconstruction and giving patients back their teeth in the same day. We have a center where not only you have oral surgeons trained in surgery doing your procedure, but at the same time we have trained lab technicians in-house. We have general anesthesiologists who help you with your anesthesia. And we're able to bring everything in-house to recreate patients' smiles. Our specialty really is zygomatic implants. This procedure allows us to really deliver teeth to patients who otherwise have been told they would never receive teeth in their life.
Thanks to New Teeth Now, I love my smile. I don't even feel really different. The proof is right here.
For our patients who have been apprehensive about coming back into dentistry, we want to tell you that we are the premier center to take care of you here. We want to make sure that we are well taken care of from the first minute you call us to the minute you come and meet us for a consultation.
I can smile, I can laugh. It's brought me back, and I'm so thankful for that.
Since 1971, the LGBTQ Center OC has been a pillar of the Orange County community, proudly empowering and advocating for the queer individuals and families who need our support. We've sustained a safe space for the community for more than 50 years and continue to grow the wealth of resources that the people of Orange County rely on. It's true that it gets better. Until it does, the LGBTQ Center OC is here, and we've got you.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build a castle.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
YurView Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
Over 1,000 young people are without shelter in San Diego every night. The Lucky Duck Foundation is here to change that.
They're my structure. I feel like I had a safe haven, I had family, even though they're not blood, they were there for me. By getting all the support that I have today, I feel like my future is going to be better than ever. I'm currently going to school and employed.
Donate today at LuckyDuckFoundation.org to provide housing, education, employment, and hope.
Please share your luck.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build a castle.
After an accident, you could be faced with a maze of confusion. There are medical bills, lost time at work, not to mention taking on the big insurance companies alone. But with the Barnes firm on your side, they can help you get compensated for your troubles. And they'll help you get the best result possible. Call the Barnes firm now at 1-800-8-million for a free consultation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. What's going on? It's Monday afternoon. Along with Grande and the Brown Man, this is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Whether you are listening on traditional AM radio If you're watching on cable TV anywhere throughout the state of California on the Cox YurView network, if you're streaming with us on YouTube, if you're on any of the audio podcast platforms, man, we are so happy to have you guys here, and we're happy to be back on Monday. All right, let me jump right in. So, fellas, I want to say to all the dads out there, I hope everybody had a great Father's Day. Browner tried to convince us last week that Father's Day sucks, you know, and nobody likes it.
Oh, he's on the wrong mic. Could already hear it. He's a mess today.
Brown, why are you such a mess?
He's a mess today.
Look at him. Look, he feels attacked.
No,
He
I'm
feels
not.
attacked.
Yeah, you are.
How? Bro.
Listen to him.
Man, what a mess.
I know, and he's
What
so
a mess.
Let me hit these settings.
Look at it. It's like his first show ever.
Yeah, come on, Junt. Come on. Get that right, Junt. Junt.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with
Look at that. Look at that.
The system tweaking, bro. This system tweaking, bro.
Really, the system be tweaking? Is that the deal?
Listen, I ain't never had to do that before since we didn't have this system. The system tweaking today.
Yeah, that's what's happening. System be
Don't do
tweaking.
that. Don't do that to me. Don't put me in that
Well,
position.
I want to say to you, Brown, I know you don't love Father's Day as a holiday.
Not my favorite day.
I love the day. I love it. And I want to wish all the dads out there. I know we did it on Friday, but I know today's Monday. I want to wish all the dads out there a very happy Father's Day. Hope you had a great day. I wish I was with my dad yesterday. He's down in Florida. But I did have all 4 of my kids home. And I told you guys last week, all I wanted for Father's Day, I just wanted my kids to dedicate a little bit of time with me in the morning, help me clean out the garage, and then we'll go for a brunch or a lunch, and then everybody can go on with their day. And all I want to do is I just want to watch the U.S. Open yesterday. That's it. So can I get that day? Now, I've been hit up by a lot of people on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, etc. Like, I put out a picture of me and my 4 kids yesterday. Number one thing people say to me in my comments is, yo, you get this garage done or what?
Mm-hmm. It's like me and Browner texted you too. Like we were, I don't know, like we were asking for like.
That was a hot topic. It was a hot topic.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why we were so enthralled by this story, but even me and Browner were like, yo, did you get the garage fixed? Did you get like, how'd the surgery go?
Yeah. Here's why everybody.
What the doctor say?
Yeah.
Right. Here's why everybody was so curious about it. It's like, are your 4 little spoiled kids, are they going to freaking show up for you on Sunday, on Father's Day, and do what you ask them to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they all going to come up with some excuse, some reason why? Are they going to sleep through it all? Are they, what, are these kids going to help you out or what?
Right.
So Sunday morning, Father's Day morning, I go into the garage myself. Now, by the way, I've already done some preliminary work by myself.
Some recon.
But I go into the garage. I'm all by myself on Saturday morning. Dads, can you feel me on this? Like, you want help and you want everybody to help you. But before they do, you got to be able to examine what's going on so you know what your goals are.
Mm-hmm.
So I open the garage door and I take out bicycles, and I've kind of taken out some of the big bulky stuff. And I've kind of gone through some things myself to know, what I think is good, bad, what I can take from here and store here, what's garbage. Okay, fine. By about 9 a.m., I'm like walking around this house like a drill sergeant with a garbage can, like lid on one hand and a wooden spoon on the other hand. Let's go. Let's go. Get up. Come on.
What
Let's
time?
go. Like 9:30.
Oh, it's nothing.
Nothing, right? Yeah, maybe it was 9, whatever it is. I've already been doing work by myself. Well, I will have you know, I got all 4 of these little rascals out of their beds. I got them all in the garage.
All 4 still asleep at 9.
All 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had them all in the garage, and I had piles already made. And I told everybody, you go through this and you go through that, and you decide if you want this, and you decide. And they went through it all, man. And we threw stuff away and we got stuff out, and we had these piles of donation stuff. My daughters actually took the stuff down to this donation place for the Helen Woodward, which is, rescuing pets. And we dropped off a whole bunch of donation stuff there. And then later in the day, when everything was done and organized, and my God, you could actually walk through into the garage, and you weren't like, you didn't have to go through an obstacle course. Later in the day, they took all these clothes and they took them and they donated them. So not only did we get the garage cleaned, but rather than just having it sit in piles now, hey, eventually I'm going to go donate that. hey, eventually I'm going to go do that. Everything got done yesterday. We got it all done yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that were wondering, did the kids actually come through for you, Dad? They gave me what I want on Father's Day. They gave me the gift of cleaning the freaking garage.
So good. Done.
Oh, dude, it feels so
Congrats.
good.
That's
feels
awesome.
so good. You guys
That's
have
awesome.
no idea. Honestly, like, I'm so proud of it. Like, I'm taking pictures of it. I'm texting it to people. Like,
Of
look
the
at my clean
nothingness
garage.
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how clean this is. Like, remember this walkway in the garage? You couldn't even get through it. You know, remember this door over? My kid said, I didn't know there was a door here. They literally said they did not know there was a door to get outside from the garage because it's been blocked forever.
Wow.
I know.
Incredible.
So then, I don't know how everybody else's Father's Day went, but when we got done with the garage, and I said, okay, now it's time to go for lunch. Everybody go get on some workout gear. We're going to go walk to lunch.
Oh, no.
This was not well received. Received. So we walked from my house up
Who was
to
the biggest complainer about walking to lunch?
Surprisingly, my youngest, Julia, and my oldest, Justin. No surprise on him, but her. We walked from my house, which is in Cardiff, to Encinitas. Okay. We walked up to Encinitas and we had a wonderful lunch together. Fantastic. Nobody complained. I promised I'd get my son home by the time he needed to get home because he had to go to work yesterday. Alex, let me tell you something about yesterday's lunch. Given what happened last week, where I had the chorizo breakfast burrito and then had to walk home like 2.5 miles and barely made it without losing it in my drawers.
Mm-hmm.
I took your advice yesterday.
Okay.
I tried soy rizo.
Same breakfast burrito?
No.
Okay.
Different place.
Okay.
Different place. Soy rizo burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Observation is this. Not greasy like a chorizo burrito. Not that like red grease coming out of it.
Right.
Definitely felt like it was a little healthier thing to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't love eating soy because I think that's supposed to be bad for your testosterone. I'm not really sure. I've not done zero research. I've just been told that.
Okay.
I sound like my mother. I sound like my mother. You know, they say that
who?
they say that soy very bad for your testosterone. And I say to my mother, I go, well, who's they? She's like, yeah, you know, they say that. And
The
I'm like,
news.
Who, ma? The Today Show?
Yeah.
Who, ma? You know?
Kelly Ripa.
Right. Tell me who, ma? Is it, what's her face? Hoda? Is that who's telling you that soy is bad for my testosterone, ma?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I tried the soy rizo. Not greasy, not gross. Don't feel like I've just taken 5 years out of my you know, I didn't feel like I had to take cholesterol medication.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I felt like it was kind of bland. Didn't have that chorizo-y.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It gives you the same flavor profile. But I mean, when you're eating chorizo, the fun of it is how disgusting it is for you. And you could taste how disgusting it is for you. You know, there's certain meals and foods out there you're like, oh, this is bad for you. That's chorizo is probably like top of the list. Like the amount of oil that comes out that thing and the color and how it leaves your hands. Yeah, you don't get that with soy rizo.
Yeah.
But it gives you the same flavor profile. I think it accomplishes that pretty well.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. I liked it. I did get as a gift from my children.
Home okay?
Okay, great. Glad you asked. So we went from the restaurant, which is down Encinitas Boulevard.
Because you know my second part of my advice was soy rizo and Uber home.
Right. So nobody really wanted to walk home, but I'm like, guys, I'm stuffed. I gotta walk. I can't take an Uber. We walked around the corner to Dave's Rock Garden, which is this cool little rock garden where people come and they paint rocks and then they put them out. It's just this really decorative little part of Encinitas. It's like a treasure, hidden treasure. And the guy Dave there is a huge, great friend. The guy's been there forever. So we walked over to Dave's Rock Garden. We took a bunch of pictures. I said, now I want a family picture. Because let me back up for one thing. The bill comes at lunch. The check comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are all like, all right, Dad, let's go. And I say, Brown, I go, well, we got to pay the bill. And the kids say, well, pay it.
We walked here. We ain't got no wallet.
Right. Exactly. I didn't bring my wallet. I don't have my debit card on me. I'm like, well, you can use your phone. There's no more excuse if I don't have my wallet or I don't have my debit card, I don't have any cash.
Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Right. So I said to the kid, I said, well, let's go. Let's get out of here. And they're like, Dad, we haven't paid. I'm like, pay. They're like, what do you mean pay? I'm like, all 4 of you work. All 4. My daughter, Jillian, is home from Boise. She babysat on Saturday for a friend of mine who went to the U.S. Open. Dude, she was there for 12 hours. She made a lot of money. I'm like, you guys couldn't pick. I go, you guys couldn't pick up.
Was that like $1,200? You're doing $100 an hour, something like that?
Yeah, I'm like, guys, nobody thought, hey, everybody, hey, it's Father's Day. So after we clean the garage and when we go out to lunch, hey, everybody bring your debit card. We'll split it 4 ways and we'll all buy Dad lunch rather than him buying us lunch, right? But there was no intention of buying lunch from the beginning. And I knew that from the very beginning because when my daughter, Julia, was like, can I have a chili Killies for the table, please? Can we just have like an appetizer of chili Killies for the table, please? And then everybody ordered their own entree and everybody got their entree and it was so big and we were all so full from the freaking chips that we ate half of it. Like, why did we order so much? Because they knew they weren't paying.
Let me tell you something about for the table guy.
Go ahead.
Get up, move, go to another table. For the table person, you're out, bro. You out. I didn't ask you for that at all. 0.
Yeah.
Him
Well,
or
Scott's
her,
a for the table guy.
he or she
That's
may
where you
be.
got it from. Scott, you're a for the table guy.
Yeah, I'm a for the table guy.
For the table guy,
Mm-hmm.
for the table guy is either
How dare
one of
you
two
order
things.
for me?
For the table guy is either one of two things. One, the guy that's going to pay the bill,
Mm-hmm.
or 2, the guy that is pretending not to be a total fat ass at the table because he wants to try everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs, how can I split this with everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, let's order for the table, but I'm the one that wants it. So it's like boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 boom. Because when I go home, and this is lead me to why I blame Justin for this, Scott. When I go home, as the oldest child, even though the 3 of us work now, I pick up the tab. That's just rule of thumb for me. So I become for the table guy because I know I'm paying. But if my mom was paying, chances are I'm not going to be, hey, let me get some queso for the table. Let me do this for some guac, some table side guac for the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So lead me back to yesterday. It is the responsibility of the eldest child on days like Father's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays to, I guess, organize the split or take the check and pay for it himself.
I
So
would
this
say
is Justin's fault.
Yeah. I think you're right. Now, Julia got a card.
Hold
and
on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. So did they not pay?
No, they didn't pay. I paid.
You still paid.
I still paid.
Nobody.
you they didn't pay.
Now one kid had a card.
No.
No.
Didn't use
So not one kid brought a debit card. Not one kid had a credit card. Not one kid said, hey, you know what? We'll pay, Dad.
Man.
But on the other hand, they did clean the garage, which I grant them. That's good. They did walk with me both ways, which was good. They let me take family pictures, which was good. And Julia organized a card.
You're checking the boxes. You're like,
Yeah,
okay, 4 or 5's not bad, you know?
Julia got a card that everybody signed, and it says, hey, Dad, happy Father's Day from your number 1 son. And there's a picture of Jesus on the card.
Oh, Big J.
And on the back, the name of the card company is Offensive and Delightful. That's the name of the card company. We're offensive and we're delightful.
That's hilarious.
And inside the card, I got to say this is funny. They all wrote something to me, you know, like my daughter said, thank you for everything you do and all the energy you put into us. It's like, whoa. Thank you for everything, Dad. I'm grateful for you. I'm like, wow. My son, thanks for all you do, more than you can know. You know, my daughter, thanks so much for everything. And then somebody actually signed on behalf of the dog.
Nice.
You know?
What did Jack say?
He said, happy to Papa's Day.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, listen, here's what the day brought. I got to spend time with all 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
We cleaned the garage.
Mm-hmm.
We walked together. We took pictures together. We walked home together. It was a great Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I had to pay for breakfast. No problem.
This is why. Oh, let me just. Browner, what'd you get for Father's Day?
Get to take my daughter shopping for some shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
You see why Browner hates Father's Day?
Yeah.
You see why Browner hates Father's Day?
Yeah.
You see why?
I do.
You see the difference between a 15-minute story of just joy and happiness and a 5-second, just pissed off father over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Took a shoe shopping and to see Elementals.
What's
so
Elementals?
Got a movie. It's a kids movie about elements, water, fire, like dirt, that type of stuff. Which she utterly enjoyed. Popcorn, Skittles, Icy, and
it's $23. How much are kids' shoes?
Depends on where you buy them.
Right.
I love how you're adding things up.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So we got
trying to see how much he was, how much he's in the pocket for on Father's Day. Scott, you're at least you're probably your breakfast is probably $125. Yeah, I figured more. You're in Encinitas, and I'm assuming there was coffees, orange juices ordered. Maybe mocktails.
No
breakfast cocktails.
No alcohol of any kind.
Okay.
But it was it was like 5 people. Each entree was probably like $20 plus the chili killies. You know what I mean? And then the tip. I mean, before you know it, it was pretty expensive actually.
It's chilaquiles, but yes.
I know. Well, I mean, listen. Hey, listen. You said something about expensive recently too. About Jersey Mike's is sneaky expensive.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude,
it's sneaky expensive.
On Friday, I went into Jersey Mike's. I got 3 sandwiches, $50.
Yeah. Yeah. Sucker.
15. You're looking at $15 a pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
With text. Yeah.
Let me say, you know what? Let me say this too. Because I'm gonna get this out. I didn't plan on talking about this. I'm gonna talk about this now. If you're a father and you don't receive credit for being a good father, don't ever let that sway you. Because I will tell you this. Regardless of what happens, you want to be a better father than someone was to you if it wasn't good. And if it was great, you want to add up to be just as good as a father as you had. And so it doesn't matter what someone else thinks or another person's interpretation or whether people give you proper congratulatory flowers, as the people like to say now. The only thing that matters is whether or not you treat your child with the love and respect and growth that you wish that you had. Don't worry about any of the outside world and whether people acknowledge you or whether the day is good or whether the day is bad, right? What's most important is that you do the best job that you can as a father, because regardless of the age of your child, they will remember that.
No doubt.
I think we spend a little too much time worried about the day and the pressure of it or getting stuff, not getting stuff. But most importantly, use the day as a day to reflect of how good of a father you are trying to be and what you're trying to do for your children. Yeah. That's it, man.
Hey, Browner, listen, well said. I'll tell you this. I feel like I'm a decent father. I'm a solid father.
There are no perfect fathers, man.
No, could be better. Could be better in some areas. Okay, but here's what I will tell you. Here's how I know that I'm doing a halfway decent job. So all 4 kids are home, and Jillian's just in for a week. But even while she was here for just a week, she had alerted friends, "Hey, I'll be in town if anybody needs babysitting." She gave up the entire day Saturday to babysit, and she made bank. She made real money that day. You know, and all 4 kids are working this summer. You know, my son, dude, he works full time. I mean, he literally works like 6 days a week. Plus he's training for football season. So I give him credit for that. And the best thing I keep telling him is, bro, you just keep showing up. Like, you're reliable. You have any idea how hard it is to find reliable people today? And it's been the same way forever. I mean, you know, it's always like that. When my parents owned a gas station, they were like, it's so hard to find reliable people. Businesses all the time. Can't find reliable people. My son, I'm like, dude, you show up. You are dressed properly. Your hair looks good. You are sharp. You are ready to work. And there's nobody's ever worried like, this guy may or may not show up. You show up, man. You're reliable. And that's the same thing with all 3 of these kids who are still with me this summer. One's working in an ice cream shop. One works at a pizza place. One works at a high-end resort. You guys show up. And like, maybe you're not brilliant. Maybe you're not Elon Musk. You know, maybe you're not going to be a billionaire. Maybe you will be. I'm not saying you won't be. I'm just saying showing up and being reliable is an unbelievable skill that everybody needs in the workforce. So happy Father's Day to everybody. I didn't intend this to go this long, but glad you guys were along for the ride. Hey, coming up, we'll get back to the Padres. What an incredible weekend they had. And we're going to go through what the Padres are doing. They're going up. The Dodgers are coming down. We need to get into that comparison. We'll get there coming up shortly. Also, I know you guys weren't doing this, but I was yesterday. I was watching the U.S. Open. What an amazing story about a kid I've never heard of before winning the U.S. Open. And the Los Angeles Country Club on TV. Interesting to watch. I've never been there. So interesting to see that on television play out. Got a lot more to get to. So get back to baseball, get to the U.S. Open, big trade in the NBA. We'll get to all. In fact, you know what? We'll go hardcore sports next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Best place to play cards, blackjack, poker, table games, and get a great dinner, great brunch at Sammy's, 7 Mile Casino. Let's go hardcore.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YurView or stream it online at YurView.com. Doing More is presented by PNC Bank, proud to be a part of the San Diego community.
If you've been told that implants aren't an option for you, or you're looking at years of bone grafting treatment, I'm here to tell you there is a better alternative. At New Teeth Now, we are a one-of-a-kind surgical center that routinely places zygomatic implants. Zygomatic implants are placed in the cheekbone or the zygoma, completely bypassing the need for bone grafts. If you've been told that lengthy bone graft treatment is the only way to get implants, call us today and let's get your smile back.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners. And that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build the castle.
From New York City comes America's longest running and most popular rugby show. The biggest names in Major League Rugby, MLR highlights, and big match previews. Rugby Wrap-Up presents MLR Weekly, made in New York City.
Thank you for joining us. Texas. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.